How's everyone doing? All right. Typical people are not here. And Eleanor. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now. You have 5 minutes. Everybody pull out a piece of paper and a pencil. Everybody get a piece of paper and a pencil. Let me get my water. All right. Okay, I do not want you using your computers right now. Okay, I want you to just only use this using pencil and a paper, just like you would on the AP. Okay, so here's the question. All right, get everybody's hands up and back away from the computer. So I need a piece of paper. Everybody's hands up, back away from your computer. Okay, let's take a step back. All right, good. So listen carefully. What we're going to do is we're going to go over this question. Okay, take a look. All right. 1 second. All right, so here we go. Take a look. Okay. All right, so the AP calendar class contains methods used to calculate information about a calendar. You will write 2 methods of this class. So the first thing I want us to take a look at, this is the way that I would expect you guys to take this exam. Okay, here's the class. Returns, so public static Boolean is leap year. Okay, this returns true if a year is a leap year and false otherwise. Okay, returns, so implementation, so this next one returns the number of years between year 1 and year 2 inclusive. Public static and number of leap years. This is the one that you're going to be doing in part A. Okay, so again, returns the number of years between year 1 and year 2. So let's go to part A. You are to write a static method. Now, again, don't worry about the static method. Right here, you are given the entire signature. So the way that you should start off is open curly braces, okay? Now, write the static method number of years, which returns number of leap years between year 1 and year 2. In order to calculate this value, a helper method is provided for you. Is leap year, okay? Right here, all right? Also you have first day of year, int day of year, and you have int day of week. There may be instance variables, constructors, and other methods not shown. Remember, I told you that. They may not always give you everything, okay? So complete method number of leap years below. You must use is leap year appropriately to receive full credit. Okay? So do that. You have, hey Siri, set timer for 5 minutes. Hey Siri, set timer for 5 minutes. Okay. All right, you've got 5 minutes. Do not even go near your computer. Okay? I want to see you guys. Henry, that includes you. I want you writing it down. So believe it or not, this is worth 5 points. This is a 5-point section, which is ridiculous. Who's done? Raise your hand. $20 seconds. Hands up just behind your back when you're done, just so you know. Time. Stop. Hands up. Okay, everybody back away. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to self-grade. So what I did is I set up, let me stop sharing. Okay. So, well, first, let me just review the Adobe Acrobat with you. Okay. Again, so what this wanted to do was write the static method number of leap years, which returns the number of leap years, returns the number of, we're keeping track, okay, between year 1 and year 2 inclusive. Okay. In order to calculate the helper method, we complete the method number of leap years below. Okay. So the way we do this is this. So I just set up a generic, what's it called? I just set up a generic Eclipse that had 2 static methods just to get it ready. Here we go. Share screen and take a look. Okay. So do not write anything. Right now you're watching, and then we will self-grade in a second. Okay. So do not write anything right now, just watch, okay? So right now, as you can see, okay, so I have public int static. Okay, so what I did is I just made a static method is leap year. I don't care what leap year does. whatever. Okay, that doesn't matter. It just determines if it's a leap year. I just did it true because we needed to call on this method. Okay, so public static int number of leap years into year 1 and into year 2. So the first thing I need to do, int years equals 0. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, again, what we're going to, oh, stop texting. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we need to do, okay, we need to say for. We need to do a for loop. Okay. For int j equals, now we are given 2 parameters, year 1 and year 2. And we're trying to find the difference between the years inclusive. So I'm going to make j equal to year 1. And I'm going to say if j is less than or equal to year 2, there's my inclusive, j plus plus. Okay? If, this is where some of you may have lost it. You had to use if is leap year. Count plus plus.
I'm sure to put in j into the leap year function.
Oh yeah, you do. Sorry about that. Mine doesn't have a parameter. Let me just put one in here. Sorry.
And you did years, not
Year.
count, I think.
Okay, and then return years. Okay, that is it. All right, that is it. That was all this is. Okay, questions real quick. Gary, yes.
Do you have to write the precondition?
You never have to write the precondition.
Oh, so you didn't have to write if 0 is less than 8. Okay. Never mind.
No, you didn't have to write any of this. Okay. Lance, what was your question?
Since we were writing it, I did like the less than and equal sign, like a regular less than equal sign. When I do
So
like
here's the
marking
thing.
ones off.
So here's the thing. That is considered a minor penalty, but not punished. Okay.
So what does that mean though?
So you would, so we'd see it, but we wouldn't mark you off for it. We knew that you meant less than or equal to. Okay, because they understand that a lot of you get stressed. Alex, yes.
I'm not sure if I misunderstood, but if the class that is leap years in is AP calendar, then shouldn't we call from AP calendar, or is that not how it works?
If they're within the same class, you don't have to call it as a super class or anything like
Oh,
that.
they were all in the same class.
Yeah, you can either say, now the other way that you could get, let me just put it, I just pulled up the grading. So the other thing that you could also do is this, so take a look. The other thing that you could do is this dot. So if you did that, you're fine as well, okay? All right, so, but generally if it's within the same, you wouldn't use this if they're static. We'll get into static later, okay? But let's take a look right now at the grading, okay? Now is here where I want you to self-grade yourself out of 5, okay? Here is the grading rubric. Okay, 1. Okay, I can't believe this question is worth 5 points. It almost seems like they ran out of credit. This is ridiculously insane, okay? So 1. Initializes a numeric variable. Okay, so that means if you put int years equals 0 or int anything equal to 0, give yourself a point. Okay, so loops through each year, each necessary year in the range. What that means is, okay, what that means is that you get a point for your for loop if it is correct. So the j equals year 1, j is less than or equal to year 2, j plus plus. If you do not cycle through each year, so let's just say you said less than, it doesn't mean you lose every other point, but you will not get the point for that. You specifically needed less than or equal to, okay? The third point, if is leap year, you had to call on is leap year, okay? You had to call on, okay? You get another point. You get another point if you incremented years correctly. So, but it had to be based on is leap year. So if you didn't use is leap year and you incremented, guess you don't get the point. It's only incremented based on if you used is leap year. And then last, 1 point for returning years or returning your variable. Okay. That being said, okay, how many of you got 5? Be honest with yourselves, guys. How many of you got 5? Okay, Lance, Thanos, Alex, Dylan, and Euban. Gary, you got 5 also?
Well, I'm just wondering if you get points marked off for writing extra stuff.
No.
Okay.
Well, let me see, actually. Share your screen real quick. Okay, this is, or let me see what did you wrote. Let me see what you write. Okay, it looks like a pharmacy prescription. I don't I don't know. So if you take a picture and send it to me, I would let you know. As long as the code didn't destroy any data, then you're okay.
Oh, I meant like I just wrote the precondition.
No, and that's fine because it doesn't mess.
Okay,
The
cool.
precondition doesn't mess with the method. Okay.
So it's
All
like a given base. Okay, I got it.
Okay. So who got 5s? Raise your hand.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Does it matter if I like initialize or if I set like a new like variable to year 1 and year 2?
So you put int
Like
x
just instead of
equals-
using year
so you
1,
put-
I just use
so you
x,
put
but I
int
still
x-
met like
So you put int x equals year 1, int y equals year 2, something like that, and use
yes,
x. Y?
exactly like that. But I still hit like all of the 5
Okay,
points.
you would because it's extraneous code, but it doesn't harm so you would still get the 5 points. Next time though, Lance, just go ahead and use the dummy variables. Okay, just learning moment.
Right.
You would. It's not efficient to do that. You just wasted more memory. So the code would still work, but it's just extraneous. So who got 5s? Raise your hand again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. Who got 4s? Logan, what'd you miss?
I made it that the for loop was exclusive instead of inclusive.
You put the less than, and you saw in the question where it specifically says inclusive, right?
I couldn't read the question
You couldn't. Why couldn't you read the question?
because it was too small.
Ask me. I would have zoomed in. Okay, who got 3s? Okay, Uma, what'd you miss?
I didn't return the variable at the very end, and I didn't make it inclusive. So.
Less than or equal to?
Yeah.
You use the is leap year?
Yeah.
Okay, remember always, always remember you've got a return type. If you have a return type, you always need a return. You're basically, if you forget the return, Uma, you're losing easy points.
Yeah, I just ran out of time. It would have been.
Okay, Will, what did you do?
I messed up on the for loop and I messed up on the return statement.
Okay, but you use the if is leap year?
Yeah,
Okay. And you incremented correctly?
I believe so.
Okay. There's no I believe so. There's just yes or no.
Yeah, I think, yes.
Okay. All right, who got 2s? Ian, what did you do?
I did it an entirely different way.
What did you do?
I mean, I just did an int that it was years 2 divided by 4 minus year 1 divided by 4.
See, so you did it, you tried to do it when it specifically said there's a helper method.
Yeah.
So remember it says it there for you. I mean, the fact that they say in the question, Ian, like take a look. The fact that they specifically say, let me go here. The fact that it specifically says right there, oops, hold on 1 second, where is leap year? In order to calculate this value, a helper method is provided for you. When they say something like that, guys, 10 times out of 10, you're probably going to need to use that method somewhere in there. Okay, 10 times out of 10. All right, and Henry, what happened?
What do you mean?
What did you? I didn't see your hand raised for any score. So
Oh,
I'm hoping you didn't
I
get
raised
a
my
zero.
hand for 4. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't see your.
Sorry, I didn't make that
If you
clear
go
enough.
like, if you go like this, I'm barely gonna see your hand. What did you get wrong, Henry?
I made some spelling mistakes on it, and I think that kind of messed it up.
Okay, so giving you a heads up because it is a handwritten exam. Okay, if you make spelling mistakes or if your writing is too sloppy, we are instructed not to grade it. Okay. So giving you that heads up, this better be the best damn handwriting of your life. Okay. We are completely instructed. You can't read it. We literally don't even bother. Okay. Spelling mistakes are different. We understand those. But if we can't read anything, give yourself a 0 already. Okay. So overall, not bad. Okay. Overall scores were decent. Some bubble players. Ian, you gotta read a little bit more. Okay.
Wait, my code still works actually.
It doesn't matter. That's not what
No,
they asked for.
I had the helper method as well in it.
The helper. Okay. But is it incremented based on is leap year?
Yes.
It is incremented based on that.
Yeah, but I don't use a for loop.
Then you didn't get it.
Oh.
Then you 100% didn't cycle through all the years because you needed a for loop, unless you used a while loop.
No, because there's always a simpler way of not you don't need a for loop to do this type of question.
You do, yes, you kind of do.
I mean,
You would
find out.
You would probably get incompletely correct. So did you return anything?
Yes.
Okay, you did return something. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. At least you did that right. Ian, but again, come on, you gotta. This was how many of you thought this was an easy question for 5 points? So again, remember, guys. Okay, 5 points. You get 4 free ones. That already gives you a 9. Part A or part B is almost as easy. Okay, so that would have been 13 points possibly. And for this class right now, the way I'm looking at it, anywhere between 7 to 13 is how you would have started off. Okay, out of 40. And if you got 20 right, you're only 5 points away from passing the exam. Okay, so you got to look at it from that perspective. All right, that's provided you got at least 20 on the multiple choice. Remember, the higher you do on the multiple choice, the better. Okay, so all right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you this. Okay, and I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. Okay. All right. And what I want you guys to do is you guys are going to, for the rest of class, what I want you to work on, and again, I want you to work on this on paper, okay? I will review this next class, all right? Because this is just practice, all right? And what I want you guys to do is right now, what I want you to do is I want you guys to do question 2 of the same year. Question 2 of the same year, okay? And what question 2 is, let me see real quick. Question 2 is writing a whole class, okay? But question 2, they give you a certain amount of things. You're basically deconstructing it. They give you a bunch of statements and expressions, okay? They give you a bunch of statements, a bunch of expressions. Remember that writing class is part of this. I don't know what the grading is, but you probably get points for that. But this is for the full 9 points. So I'm sending this to you right now in email. Okay, you are to only open this. There's no point in cheating, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so one of the groups will have 3. Okay. Okay, so open it up, go to question 2, and I will assign you to rooms. You're only to use paper and pencil. Okay. Oh, I can't put Dylan and Yuba together. Who just left? Who just left? Where's your brother? Where did Logan go? There he is. Okay. Okay, this is how it works out. I just randomly, you guys were the last two. So, okay, open all rooms. Okay, both all of you go to your respective rooms. Okay.
Wait,
Make
what
sure you're
year was
talking
it?
out loud with each other. Okay.
Wait, what year was this again so we can find it?
I don't worry. I emailed it to you.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't be finding anything.
Oh, I'm just renting this.
Hello. You guys should be talking this out. Make sure you're going through, writing down what you guys need. Okay.
Wait, this is question number 2, right?
Yep.
This one.
That's question 2.
All right.
Okay, make sure you guys are talking it through. Trust me, I've done this for years. Normally, I would have you guys working in groups in class, but actually just feeding off each other is the best thing to do for this. Okay, guys, make sure that you guys are talking to each other. Make sure that you guys are actually focusing or just trying to figure it out together. Normally in class, you would be in groups doing this, breaking down the question, feeding up, bouncing stuff off each other. I know you guys are both pretty sharp. So try immediately just deconstructing and figuring out based on, and again, remember, don't give me anything that I'm not asked for. You don't need getters. You don't need setters. Just give me the methods that are shown. Okay, guys? That's all you need to do. Don't assume anything. Okay? Okay, hello, ladies. How are you? Okay, so, all right. Uma, you're getting stronger at this. Yubin, you can be a good resource for Uma, okay? Because you get this pretty well, so you're pretty solid at this already. So confidence in that. Uma's getting a lot stronger. You guys should be talking. Normally you would be in groups in a class. So key thing, don't assume methods. Don't waste your time on those. Okay. So for example, you know, some people on the quizzes, they've been giving me getters and setters when I don't ask for them. Don't. I've trained you how to look at an object and deconstruct it, whether it needs a constructor and stuff like that. So make sure you go through, see what variables you need, and take a look at what methods are used and how they're used, okay? So go through, do that. You guys, right now you have about 10 minutes. This question would take you about 20, but at least get the skeleton down, okay? And get as much as you can done, but talk out loud. Uma, you don't have any questions? You ask Uma or Yubin, okay? All right, guys, make sure you're talking.
Okay.
Okay, guys, you should be talking amongst yourselves. You guys shouldn't be silent. You guys, this is not
Oh,
a
shit.
breakout
Okay.
room together. I want you guys doing this together in a class. This is normally one of the things that my kids actually love doing. This is kind of the crappy part about the online learning is you guys can't be physically together. Okay, because then you would put it on one piece of paper and you would basically turn that piece of paper in. So just a couple of key points. One, some people, you guys remember making these mistakes in class. Don't give me any unassumed methods. You know, sometimes you've been giving me getters and centers when I don't ask for them. Don't do that. Stick to what's there. Look at the variables, the global variables that you need. And remember, you're creating this class. Remember how I told you it was important to be able to take a look at a object and be able to deconstruct it. This should tell you how you do your constructor. This is why I teach you these things, okay? So don't give me any unassumed methods. Just stick to what's there, okay? If it's not asking for a 2-string, don't give me a 2-string, okay? If it's not asking for any getters or setters, don't give me any. Understood?
Got it.
Okay, cool. And talk, okay? Because here's the thing. Dylan, you're pretty strong at this. Gary, you're pretty strong at this. You guys might disagree or might hiccup on something that you don't know. Would you do it this way? Can we both agree these are the global variables we need? Can we both agree this is the constructor? It's that simple. You're
Okay.
both bright, but it helps being able to just bounce it off. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Or even just say, okay, you do the constructor, and I'll do this first method. Okay. Here's what I got. And then you can both agree. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
Cool. All right. Divide and conquer, guys. All right. I'll see you guys in a few. Good luck.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are too quiet. You guys should be you guys should be talking out loud. Okay, in class, you would normally be doing this. My students actually, this is the one downside of the online learning, is that normally I would have you guys in groups working on a project like this, on a program like this, and you guys would probably just turn in one sheet of paper. Divide and conquer. More importantly, don't give me anything I don't ask for. So you know how on some of the quizzes, some of you guys have been giving me getters, other students have getters and setters when I don't ask for them. You don't have time. Don't do that. I've taught you how to take a look at an object in the tester class. Oh, does it have a constructor? And you know how to deconstruct it. Okay? This is why I train you to do this stuff. So take a look at only the methods that are being shown. Just give me those. Don't give me anything else. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And talk. Like, for example, one room is saying, okay, you handle the constructor, I'll handle the first method. Okay. Do we agree? Are these the global variables that we need? Okay, good. Constructor should say this. Okay, well, it's actually this. Lance, you're strong at this. Alex, you're strong at this. Henry, you're strong at this as well. But some of you guys might have hiccups where you see something that the other two don't. Okay, this is where you guys need to talk it out. Okay. I love the talking going on already.
All right, guys, what did you guys do for the?
What are your global variables so far?
What did you guys?
Okay. All right, how do we do so far? Okay. Okay, so at least for right now, okay, you guys should have at least a constructor, correct? Yeah. Okay. You guys should have, so we can, this is one we can finish. I'd like you guys to finish tomorrow. So you guys should have at least 2, 3, 4, 4. How many of you guys had 4 global variables? How many of you had 4 global variables? Raise your hand. Who had more? Who had less? You had less, Logan? Okay, so you guys might, obviously you guys didn't talk about that. So, okay, my 2 silent children. So it's definitely 4. So we will go over this. Now, how many parameters? So how many of you guys, how many parameters are in the constructor? Just
1.
Oh, we were supposed to do question 2, not part B.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not.
Unfortunately, Gary, did you guys do part B?
Yeah, I thought you said.
So I got to give you a 0 for participation for today.
Oh, can we get like late participation at least?
No, because I was very clear. I've got 2 out of 11 students who didn't do it. I got to play the odds. Why would I talk about giving me unnecessary getters and setters for part 2? Did that not ring a bell?
I thought you were talking about like that as like an example of what we're supposed to
It's
do.
not even applicable to question B or to part B. All right, guys, do not do me a favor. Do not look this up. You will have a quiz tomorrow. Okay, that's fair game on everything. It's a cumulative quiz, but we will go back to this question tomorrow. Okay, so review for your quiz. Do not look online at the answer for this. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes tomorrow at the beginning of class after the quiz to finish this up, and then we will review this. Understood? All right, guys. Okay, so let me rephrase that. Question 2. Okay, bye, guys.